Good afternoon. It is 4:15. I would like to call to order the June 27th meeting of the Norwalk Board of Police Commissioners. We have a quorum with Commissioner Lopez and Mayor Rilling. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of May 23rd, 2022. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Commissioner Lopez moves. Any corrections, deletions, or omissions?
None, Mayor.
Seeing none, all in favor of the minutes as submitted?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Public comment, I don't see anybody waiting to speak. Oh, no, there's 9. Do we have anybody that wishes to address the Board of Police Commissioners?
If anybody would like to address the board, just click the raise hand icon on the bottom of your screen, and then I'll allow you to unmute.
Is there anyone present?
Okay.
Two
Seeing-
people in the attendees section.
Mr. Coben and Mr. Chumney. Okay, seeing none, no one wishing to address the commission, I'll close public session or public comment. Next item on the agenda is promotion, Chief. Okay,
Yeah.
can we move that for discussion?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Lopez. Chief?
So you'll recall Sergeant Scully retired recently from the police department, leaving a vacancy in the sergeant's ranks in patrol. It's been vacant as we didn't have a list because our test hadn't been given yet. We've now given the promotional exam and we have a valid list. And I'd like to have the commission approve the promotion of Officer Michael Sellis to sergeant. He finished #1 on the sergeant's exam, and he's in the Zoom with us.
Okay, I see Officer Sellis there. Congratulations on finishing #1. I know you must have put some time and energy, plus using all the knowledge you've acquired over the years as a police officer to help you achieve that. And it's quite an accomplishment to finish #1, especially when there are several or many others that are competing for the same spot. So Commissioner has moved the item. Commissioner, any further comments or questions?
No, I too want to also, of course, congratulate. And so hopefully that we look forward to a real fruitful further career and additional time in service with the Norwalk Police.
Chief, when will this promotion be effective?
It'll be Thursday, effective Thursday.
Okay, that's when he's coming over here for the administration of oath of office.
No, he's coming there on Wednesday. You had an opening in your
Oh.
schedule Wednesday. So
Okay.
that's he'll be coming to your office.
Okay. Okay, well, all in favor of the promotion of Officer Michael Sellis to the rank of sergeant?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries unanimously. Again, congratulations. It's onward and upward.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chief.
And we'll see you at the swearing in on Wednesday, if not before.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Quite welcome. You were well deserved and earned. So next item on the agenda, Officer of the Month, Raul Alderano. Do I have a motion for a discussion? Oh, no, we don't need to do that. I'm sorry. We don't need to do that. Chief?
Yep, so on May 14th, we had a vehicle stolen in South Norwalk. And Officer Alderano was not on duty. He was actually off duty, but in the South Norwalk area. And he was able to locate the vehicle. It was parked in a lot in South Norwalk. And the car was recovered, obviously. And later, the suspect that was responsible was also apprehended. And Sergeant Delalo, who forwarded this to me, noted his instincts, but his dedication to detail, even though he was off duty. And it led to a very quick recovery of the car, which was intact, and all the items inside were still there. And everything worked out well. And the person that took it was taken into custody without incident. And we believe that he deserved recognition for Officer of the Month for May.
Very well done, especially off duty. You know, we see that happening all the time, that police officers off duty in their hometown or in the town in which they work, being completely observant at all times, always looking for any activity that they may report or take action on, because they know that they're police officers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so congratulations and thank you to Officer Alvarado for his diligence in off-duty hours. Commissioner Lopez?
I also want to, of course, thank you for all the effort, as you already noted, particularly off the hours, and that really says so much about the dedication and commitment to the well-being of our public here. And so that really says a heck of a lot, and really I'm thankful and appreciative of your work.
Thank you, and congratulations, and thank you to Officer Alvarado again. Next item is civilian recognition. Chief?
Yeah, as you recall, on May 14th, there was that tragic fire on Nelson Avenue. And Lieutenant Blake provided the write-up for the 4 combined dispatch personnel that were working that overnight shift. They had a number of 911 calls that came in. They had a dispatch mutual aid, both fire and ambulances from surrounding towns. And then during this whole period, there was also a serious multi-vehicle crash on 995 that also required additional fire, mutual aid, and EMS resources to cover that. And despite a chaotic hour or so, they were able to notify the appropriate people, get the staff that they needed, and also the mutual aid from the surrounding towns. So we want to recognize, we will recognize this dispatch supervisor, Tina Rawls, dispatcher Andrew Hines, dispatcher Chris Lazar, and dispatcher David Schulman on behalf of the department and the commission for their outstanding work in a very difficult situation.
Commissioner, I'll let you go first this time rather than have.
You're talking to me, Mayor?
Pardon me?
I'm sorry, you were referring to me?
Yeah, you can,
Yeah. Okay.
you speak first.
Okay, great. Now, I also too, of course, I mean, I recognize, you know, the supervisors Tina Rawls and David and dispatcher Christopher, because it really shows teamwork as noted. But more importantly, or just as important, maybe we can say that, you know, the coordination, the calmness, that's really so important. We just finished interviewing, you know, several police officers, and I think that's one of the things that we asked. And at the very top, you know, how can you maintain, you know, a level of civility when everything around you is going, you know, hectic? You know, it's easy to make a mistake in such a manner. And so the fact that everything went according to order really reflects on them very well.
Very true. And oftentimes when they get a 911 call like that, one of the first things they have to do is calm the person down so they can gather good information. And that is that's one of the most difficult jobs, I believe, in the police department, because they have to not only have to take the information from a party and gather the correct information, but they then have to communicate that to the officers in the street to make sure that the officers are going to be safe and they have all the information they need to do their job. And when you can, like you said, when you can keep your head when those around you are losing theirs, you know, you'll be a man and a woman, my son and daughter. But yeah, it's the
3 C's, cool, calm, and collective.
Yep, really well done, and our congratulations from the commissioners as well as from the department. Next is who's going to handle the patrol staffing?
I could take it.
Okay.
I got Deputy Chief Walsh completed the report prior to him leaving, so it's in your packet. So
Yep.
as of June 6th, these are the stats. So we're down 5 vacancies right now. However, bearing in mind that many of the positions that were recently filled are not actually available on the street. They're in a variety of academies and different levels of training at the academies. So we still do have 5 vacancies that we're working to fill. Hopefully, we'll have seats in the September post-academy and fill those. 173 sick days taken, 252 workers' comp days. And the majority of that is due to 10 officers that are on long-term workers' comp and have been. You
How
see the-
are we keeping in touch with Kerma and the officers to try to see, number one, if they're coming back and when? Because it's important, you know, it's 10 officers on long-term injury certainly is a concern, and we want to make sure we do everything we can to have them rejoin the department if possible.
Yeah, right now we're fortunate. Kerma had a change in personnel, and now the liaison for the city, Kelsey Jacques, has been tremendous. She's very responsive. She's on top of all the cases. She's processing things, so people are getting the help they need. They're getting this testing that they need.
I'm sorry, what
quicker.
position is she in? I'm just trying to, is that the insurance? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just-
Correct. Kerma, Connecticut Interlocal Risk Management.
Okay,
That's who the city contracts to handle the workers' comp for the city.
okay.
And she is our representative for Kerma, and she's fairly new. But she's been doing a great job keeping us informed and also working with the officers. And so I'm confident that everything that can be done is being done because
Good.
she's done a great job.
And she's also limited. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong with, you know, with HIPAA stuff is what I'm getting at. Am I right?
No, because it's workers' comp. So she has a case manager that follows, checks the doctor's notes, the treatment that's going on, will approve the treatment through Kerma, you know, on behalf of the city. She's intimately involved in all the cases.
Okay.
So you see the Detective Bureau activity
Mhm.
for May, 3 burglaries, arrests. There's 2 ongoing shots fired investigations, the shooting investigations, but the parties are uncooperative. And they're conducting a number of background checks and have been doing background investigations for the new hires. And in the packet, you'll see the overall stats compared to 2021. You'll see the numbers generally are still trending down, even though COVID is opening things back up. Our crime is still trending lower than even last year. Special services activity, year to date, they were investigating 4 overdose investigations. And let's see, special victims. Obviously, they've been heavily involved with the school security that's been going on, the added school security and supervising that. They have 3 sexual assault investigations.
I do want to say thank you to the chief and to the department and to the officers for how they put together that school security in a time when people were very, very upset. They were concerned about the safety of their children. I know it's unsettling, and I think Norwalk probably provided more security than most. All the hours that the schools were open, the graduations that were held. I attended the graduations for both high schools, and there were many officers at each one. And I know the people attending appreciated that as well. So again, thank you. I know it was a struggle. I know it was fatiguing, if you will, but the officers rose to the occasion and did a great job.
I also want to just commend Deputy Chief Walsh for putting all that together in a very short amount of time. And then getting the jobs out to extra duty, getting them filled, assuring that they were filled. We had to order some people in the morning if we couldn't fill a position. So it was, I wouldn't say it was a full-time job for him, but it took him away from a lot of other things to get that done. So he deserves a lot of credit for that.
Yep.
If I may go back 1 bullet, do we have any on that 1 bullet for overdose investigations? and I had a question on it. Did we have any positive results with apprehensions of any kind, and related to this at all?
On these four, I don't believe so. We have had a couple arrests in the past when we identify the person that sold the drugs.
Right.
But in this case, I don't believe any of the four last month were identified. Traffic unit, you'll see 115 citations. They were a number of areas around the city. I say traffic unit, it's basically a sergeant and now an officer because of somebody out on injury.
Right.
But they hit Beach Road, Wilson and Crest, Witch, Hunt, Rowan and McKinney was the primary locations for it. And also had the speed sign up on Hunt Street as well. Community policing, they handled a lot of events. Sergeant Calise coordinated the Wall That Heals escort and the security for that at Vets. We had the police memorial, the Memorial Day events, which had to be coordinated, the parades, mental health day on the green with the escort, and they've had the outreach van at Ryan Park several times in the month.
I want to
So
give a
total
shout
criminal-
out to Sergeant Calise as well. Every time I see, he's always there. He's always energetic. He's always upbeat, positive, smiling. He's really a great representative of the department, and certainly community policing suits him well.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the thing about him is if I call him, no matter what time of the day it is, whether he's on duty or off, and I ask him, if he can help with something, his answer is always, I got it covered. That's it. And no, nothing. So, and I know it'll be covered and done well. And he
Right.
does it. I don't know how he does it. He juggles a lot. 166 criminal arrests, and we had 5,300 calls for service. And you see the breakdown by shift. And you'll see day shift and evenings were almost tied for the busiest.
Yeah.
Which was kind of a little change. Used to be the evening shift was always the busiest, but now it seems that the day shift is about the same.
Yep.
And then you see the selective enforcement report for May. Let's see. I'm just looking to highlight anything that's.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't see anything unusual. And then you have the DB report overview.
You see, just a quick question. I see in traveling too fast for May was 114, and then over here, the total says 64. I don't understand that. Maybe it hasn't been updated
Where do you see?
on the.
All right.
If you look at the top box there.
Yep.
If you're traveling too fast, the fourth one down. It says in May, they issued 140.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't totaling in the spread. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
'Cause it-
might
the
not be
number doesn't-
totaling, yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously more than 64 since it's 114 just for May.
Yeah, gotcha.
But I don't know. Like I said, Jimmy prepared it before he left, so I don't know
Yeah.
what happened there. But I'll talk to him when he gets back and we'll see. if we
Yeah,
can-
it could be just like you said, it didn't total.
So I don't know if there's any other questions.
I have none.
Nope, a lot of activity. Thank you. Next is the administrative report, Deputy Chief Zecca.
Okay, for our training, we were finishing up the review credit cycle. So there was de-escalation training, DUI training, HFO, which is the holding facility officer, mental health training, and then also a new training that we did this year on railroad safety. MTA came in to help with that. Then there was the monthly training for our ESU teams, scuba and TRT. And then annual firearms training and use of force, patrol rifles, and then also shotgun training for some of the new officers. And as well as NCIC recertifications. We'll be finishing up this review credit cycle this month, and then we'll probably have a little bit of a lull in the review credit and some more specialized training, and then start back up the review credit cycle for the next group of officers.
So the reporting of the training courses helps us to, I mean, obviously, we got an awareness of, the number of attendees, the instructor, the date and the course. But other than that, then what I see, what's the purpose? I'm just merely trying to understand.
Just the ongoing training that we're doing. Is there something more that you want reported on?
No. I was just merely trying to say, in other words, trying to understand from our perspective as, as the board, what we should gather from it, other than what's already seen, is what I'm merely just trying to get from that. In other words, if we knew nothing at all about the program itself, it needs to be reported. That's what I'm saying.
It's mostly to update you that, right, we're staying current with the training. We're making sure the officers are trained in a timely manner for their review, for their certifications, and then also whatever specialized training we can additionally give them.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions, Commissioner?
None, I have none.
Okay. Any other comments regarding the training report? Okay, next we go to personnel matters. First one is a vacation carryover request, Deputy Chief Zecker. I have your request in front of me. Can we move that for discussion?
What's that?
I'm asking the Commissioner move it for discussion.
So move.
Okay, Deputy Chief Zecker.
As you know, I had carried over a substantial amount of time last year, and then this year, my responsibilities, as well as at times this year, I was additionally covering operations. So I was not able to, although I did take some vacation time, I was not able to get that number of carryover days down.
Do you have a plan to draw down those numbers so that we can, it won't be so extreme next year?
Or you was just away, right? Am I correct or wrong?
What's that?
You were just away, correct?
I was actually at training for 3 weeks. I was in
Oh, it's training. Okay. I
at
thought that
a
was vacation.
PERF Senior Management Institute for Police.
Okay,
which is a
I
3-week
misunderstood.
training
I thought you were out on vacation.
But, the issue also, Commissioner, in addition to these 114 days, as of July 1st, there's another, how many days added to this? You're muted.
I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but there's a bit.
So, yeah, we need to pay down or draw down on those as much as we possibly can. So if you can work with the chief and Deputy Chief Walsh to kind of figure out how we can draw down on those as many as possible.
I just want to point out also that we're calling it vacation days, but it's actually not all vacation. There's holidays that are part of that, because we don't get the holidays off per se, we take them off. And then there's also something else that I can't remember now. So
Yeah, I
we're
think
calling it all vacation, but
It's 16 or 17 holidays now, right?
it's, yeah, the holidays and
Administrative days.
the administrative days by the contract. So that's all encompassed in here. So just so the commissioner doesn't think that we get 100 vacation days every year or something like that, because we
No,
don't
no.
get that many.
No, hey, I know we have the press here too. I didn't want them to think that either. But sometimes,
And again, it's time that's been built up over a long period of time that once it's been then hard to actually draw down on. Once it's built up, unfortunately.
yeah, if we can just get a periodic report on how you're doing on that regarding drawing them down, and seeing how we can get them down as much as we possibly can before next July 1st.
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions, Commissioner?
No, I have none.
Okay, Chief, any comment or?
Nope.
Say all in favor?
Aye. Do we have the
Aye.
motion actually? Do we have actual motion?
Yeah. Yeah, we have to grant authority to.
Okay, I missed that. Okay, so move then.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next one is a vacation carryover for Deputy Chief Walsh. 33 vacation days. Can I have a motion to move that for discussion?
So moved.
Okay, Chief?
Yeah, so as was just pointed out, Jimmy was away at the FBI Academy for 12 weeks. Obviously couldn't take vacation then. And then there's been a lot going on, obviously with COVID, with staffing, with just a lot of different things. And I can tell you that even the days that, you know, we're off, we're not really off because we're making phone calls and all kinds of things from home and on email from home. So it's been very hectic the last, you know, couple months. And then also the fact that he was gone.
Yeah.
So I was kind of surprised that it's 33 days. He's actually on vacation this week. So that doesn't encompass that.
Yeah, I know the feeling about getting calls at home all the time on your days off, or when you're out of the country or out of the state, you still get the calls, and nature of the beast, unfortunately, but that's what we've signed up for. So, but I do appreciate what you're saying. So, any questions, Commissioner?
I have none, Mayor.
Okay, so all in favor of approving 33 vacation day carryover for Deputy Chief Walsh?
Aye.
And the same comment that because he'll be getting more on July 1st, we'd like to see, and I know it's going to be really difficult working between the two deputy chiefs to draw it down significantly, but we need to try. Okay, now it's next item on the agenda is a bachelor's degree stipend for Officer Abigail Olson. Commissioner, can we move that?
Could we just move all three together? They're all for the same reason.
Oh, okay. Commissioner, there's 3 bachelor degree stipends.
Yeah, I see them. So moved.
Chief,
I
you want
see
to
them.
explain for the commissioner?
Yeah, so these are 3 of our new officers and they all have their degrees, so they're entitled to the stipend. However, the contract states that the police commission has to approve the stipends, and they all qualify for their bachelor stipends.
And
so
what
this
is
is-
that now? $750 a year?
I believe so, or 800 maybe.
Okay.
I'm not positive. I think it might be 800.
I believe it's 800 for a bachelor's.
Okay. So Commissioner, if you could read all 3 and we'll move them together,
Yes, you want me to meet them together?
please.
Okay, so I move that we approve the stipend for the bachelor's for Abigail Olson, for Islam Esley, and for Jonathan Edward Bransford.
Okay, any further discussion? I see their degree diploma in here, so they've all completed. And so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And just,
Okay,
there'll be additional ones next commission meeting. They didn't get their paperwork in time for the agenda packet. But there's some other newer officers that are entitled to the stipend. So you'll see that in July.
Oh, it's interesting, and it's really good to see that, you know, the officers we're hiring are highly educated. And it's really a testimony to the entry-level process and the vetting process, and that a lot of people want to come to this department. Okay, Chief, complimentary letters.
Yep, there's several. The first one is from Fairfield Police. They were just thanking Officer Wasilewski. He went with his motorcycle to help with the escort. If you recall, there was that tragic stabbing in Shelton of a Fairfield prep student. So they had a
Yeah.
very large funeral and requested assistance with the escort. And they were very thankful for Officer Wasilewski's effort to come there and help them with the large escort. The second one is from the Wilton Police Department. This was thanking and acknowledging Lieutenant Blake, Officer Van Rensburg, and K9 Raza, which is Officer Van Rensburg's service police dog. They went to assist Wilton locating a missing teenager who had threatened suicide, and they couldn't locate him in a wooded area. And they were able to locate, with the help of their canine, track the missing person and helped bring him back. And he was actually fine once they found him. The next one was sent to our Facebook page. It's regarding Officer DeVito and Officer Figueroa. This was, this is a person that was experiencing some mental issues regarding bullying.
Mhm.
And the officers responded there to do a welfare check, and she was very thankful and very appreciative of the officers' efforts and how they handled that situation. The next one is Officer Andrew Ronzinski. And this was regarding his handling of a car accident near the Sono Mall. They noted that he was very helpful, attentive, professional, and they want to commend him for his outstanding work. The next one is for Officer Acosta. This one is actually from a Common Council member,
Right.
Goldstein. He did a ride along with the officers and observed Officer Acosta involved with a interviewing in Spanish of a victim, and was very impressed with how he handled the incident. And the next one, let's see. Oh, this was from the Maritime Aquarium for Lieutenant Blake and actually Ryan Harold from Public Schools. They helped prepare for a drill, and they were very pleased with the safety drill. And Officer Lee also assisted them with that presentation, and they wanted to point out and thank them for their efforts. And that is it for the month.
Very well done. We seem to be getting more complimentary letters recently. And again, it's a testimony to the officers in the street, how they do their job, and how professional they are. So congratulations to all the officers, and thank you for your diligence. Thank you for the way you serve our community. Commissioner?
I too want to also commend them, especially how it reflects, their self service above self, I should say, in everything they do. And so I think that, the community at large, from a broad spectrum, values that and very much appreciates it.
Okay, so the next meeting is July 18th, 2022 at 4:15 p.m. It is 4:47, and there's nothing left on the agenda. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Mayor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Have a great
Take care.
week, everyone.